YouTube, it's happening. It is Wednesday, June 4th, and we're going to talk about baseball today. We have our usual 15 games on the slate today, like we always do. We're going to break these games down. We're going to look at the spreadsheet, look at the props, see if we can find some value out there. But first, we got to recap yesterday because madness. I mean, I went 5-3 on the straight bets. Sure, that was great. Pittsburgh, 0 run support for Skeens. Literally, the bats have been great, and then when Skeens go out there, they take the day off. Skeens lost. It was 1-0. I mean, he didn't get credit for the loss, I don't think. The ninth inning bullpen did. Good job, guys. 8 innings, 3 hits, and nothing, and no result. Good job, Pittsburgh. Good job. Over hit, Yankees hit barely in the bottom of the 5th. They hit that, so hey, we'll take that. Anyway, it worked. Toronto got bent over a barrel and shown in the 50 states. Angels, Boston under was nice. That was 7 runs. Atlanta, trash. What are you doing? This outlandish behavior. Tampa, good. Freeman, good. Parlay, obviously, thanks to Pittsburgh and Atlanta. And Toronto, not good. So 5-3, we will take that on the straight bets. 5-4 if you want to count the parlay, whatever. But you want all the plays typed out we do for every game, or you want access to the spreadsheet so you can have your own research and got to listen to me. Go check out the HQ. Simple as that. So enough of that. We got 15 games. Let's jump to the first one right now. All right, first game on the slate is going to be, looks like it's going to be Colorado and Miami. And we can see currently is Miami 150, and we can see an over-under of 8. Let's look over at the sheet and see what they've been up to. Colorado, we know, is just awful, but guess what? They're on a 2-game winning streak because Miami's lost 3 in a row now. Colorado might sweep a series. How hilarious is that? So we've been leaving this alone for a reason, because you see the series. Look how bad it is. This is just nasty. Let's look over at the props and see. This is outlier. Link in the pinned comment. Click assign. Get you a whole week for free for every single one of these beautiful games up here. So for pitchers, we got Freeland going up against Cal Quantrill. My God, we faded Cal so many times, but he's been good recently. Look at his earned runs recently, and then we got to look at Freeland. I mean, let's keep it a buck. I don't care about this game. You can see how they've been doing. I try not to bet on bad teams. Let's just keep it real. I try not to bet on them, and sometimes I do. But hey, I'll show you the matchups. Here's Quantrill versus the bats. That's not many. Where are all the people at? Where are all the people? They all hurt. That's why. Everybody hurt. That's all right. There's your team right there against righties. That's how Colorado's players have been doing. This is Miami versus lefties, and this is Miami versus Freeland. So there you go. So if you want to play that or that, have fun. I'm not. Show you the sheet one more time. Oh, and I can't forget the weather. Let me pop over to the weather real quick so I can show that for you. Let me get rid of that. Let me roll through these real quick. So it's in a dome because Miami. Let's just roll through these real quick. Cincy, you can see it's a little bit of windy, but it's blowing in. Boston blowing out at 12, right over the monster. And we got Pittsburgh. Yeah, don't trust you at all. Nothing to worry about. Washington out at 9. Nothing to worry about. Yankees, nothing at 10 blowing in. Toronto, nothing. Atlanta, maybe some rain, a little windy. Tampa, for sure, it's storming. It's pouring outside right this second as we speak. Chicago White Sox has a little bit of rain potentially. St. Louis, a lot of rain. Seattle, nothing. San Fran, a lot of wind in San Fran. Let's remember that when we get to that game. And 10 out at A's, and then the Doyers 9. So there's your weather. Again, I don't care about this game. It's a noon game. I don't like day games on Wednesdays. Weird things happen anyways. I'm passing. Next. All right, game 2. Let's go ahead and head over to Milwaukee and Cincinnati in this one. We can currently see it is a slight lean to Cincinnati with a 9 total. Head over here to the yield spreadsheet, and we see Milwaukee's offense is doing great, but they finally lost since he snapped that winning streak real quick, didn't they? So since he's been doing average, kind of mid, nothing's really standing out. So far, 8-2, 5-5. You can see that pretty even matchup overall, probably. Let's go with the pitchers. Goodbye, you two bums. Let's bring up somebody good, hopefully. And we see Andrew Abbott and DL Hall are going out there. Hall, strikeouts, over 2.5. That's it. That's kind of crazy, but okay. Abbott has not given up over 3 or more earned runs in 5 straight games at least, and only 2 out of 10. That's not bad at all. Pretty good pitching. So we have good pitching. Let's open up both these dudes earned runs so we can kind of see what's happening. So Hall first. Hall pitched 3, 4, 7, 3, 3. How many of those this season? He's pitched 1 game this season. So his 1 game, he gave up no earned runs. He pitched 3 innings. Good job, buddy. That's how you do it. Strikeouts wise, he had 4 strikeouts in 3 innings. Not bad. Abbott has been just nasty. Look at the last 5 games. He's averaging 0.4. That is the lowest I've seen this season. Literally, we have not seen anything lower than that. 2025, he's only given up more than 2 once, and that was to Colorado? Really? What is that? 0.89 on the season. That is disgustingly good. So Abbott's been nasty. Milwaukee's bats are better than Cincy's bats statistically, but I would say Abbott's clearly better than almost any pitch you could throw out there for Milwaukee. So let's look at the matchups. Abbott's, there's your stuff against Milwaukee. Milwaukee versus lefties. Churio's got 3 home runs, not bad. Cincy versus lefties, there you go. And then Cincy versus DL Hall, and there you go. So I don't like any of this. Nothing standing out. Again, a second game, a second pass. Next. All right, game 3, we're moving on to Angels and Boston. And currently we have the Red Sox 135 with a 10.5. Why is it? Is it because of the wind blowing? Remember, that wind is blowing 12 miles an hour out towards the monster. Towards that, so that might lead to maybe a little more runs than usual, but based on what we see, probably not, because these two teams have not been the best. They've been quite terrible. 3-7 both teams. 1-2 lost to Boston. You really lost the last 2 games to them? What are you doing, Boston? Big old clap of thunder out there. All right, I hear you. Yeah. 7-6 and 4-3. We had the under yesterday. It hit. It was beautiful. Let's go look at the pitchers today. Who is going to be tossing the tater out there? It is going to be Angels Red Sox. Load them up. Soriano versus Giolito. Soriano walks has been money. If you take it over 2.5 walks in 5 straight games, you are 5-0 in those times. So let's look. All we need to know is Boston, how are you at walks? And guess what? They're bad at everything except walks. They're good at walks. 3.3. Now, 2.5 is a pretty high number. But Soriano might say, yeah, no, I can hold my beer. Just watch. 4.3, 4.34. That is an average of 3.6 in the last. So 2.5, average of 3.6. That hits our number. We want at least 1 over. That way we have an extra cushion. That's how we do things around here for every prop we take. We look over. Let's look at the stuff. Giolito history versus Angels. There's your stuff. Soler has 3 home runs and 26 at-bats. Ward has 2 home runs and 12 at-bats. There's a home run for Hugh, and then there's a home run for O'Hop, and then, yeah, there's your bats. We go righties for Angels. There you go. Boston versus righties. Boston versus Soriano. One would think Angels would do better because they have a better history versus the pitcher, but we'll see what happens today. Soriano has been quite the wild man out there. What is our walk prop? 2.5 is plus 135. How much is is 2.5? 1.5. 1.5 is 215. I think I'm going to take 2.5 just because Boston's good at walking. He gives up walks. I know it's plus 135. It is really juicy in our favor. So let's go Soriano. Soriano over 2.5 BBs. That's walks. Let me just pop this one back over here. Yeah, I'm going to have fun with those walks. Next. Okay, moving on to Houston and Pittsburgh now. Currently, we have Houston is 125 with a 9 total. Are you sure? Because Pittsburgh can't score and Skeens is there. Let's see if they can score today. Because according to the sheet, they have good offense. And this was including yesterday's shit show. And all of a sudden, you can see they're still down. They're still good, but they're down a little bit more. They're falling off. Because, man, they let us down yesterday big time. So, and it wasn't the pitching for Houston. No, it was the batting for Pittsburgh. They let us down. That's what it was. So, let's pop over here. Let's go see who's throwing the ball today. It's going to be Gusto versus Burrows. And my goodness, okay. Over 2.5 is minus 130. Over 2.5 is plus 105. Let's take a look at these two lovely gentlemen. Burrows, 2025 has pitched in 2 games. You can see, is that right? He's pitched on 22 and 27, 5 innings and 3 innings. Good stuff. And we can see what he's up to. 4 earned runs both times for Burrows against Houston, who was 4th in batting average. I don't like that. I lean Houston. And Gusto, his earned runs in 2025, you see what he's been up to. He's averaging 2.71, pretty decent, except when he played KC. What can you do? So let's look at the matchups real close. Burrows versus Houston, nothing. Houston versus righties, there you go. Pittsburgh versus righties, there you go. Pittsburgh versus Gusto, nothing. So we have 2 unknown, no histories. We have very limited data for Burrows. Gusto's been pretty good. Houston looks better, but Pittsburgh, I'm done with this series. I'm annoyed with this. I want them to go play somebody else. I'm passing on this one too. Next. All right, let's move on to Chicago and Washington. Cubs have a 3-game streak now. Currently, we got Cubbies 130 with an 8.5. Look over at the sheet. We can see why. Look at, it's nothing but green. Every single column is green. That means you are amazing. That's why you're 8-2. As long as your pitching is average, you're going to win. And that's what they're doing. 38 and 22. Washington's lost 2 now. You can see what they're doing. So we're leaning Cubs already. Let's look over who's pitching today. And I didn't click the button all the way, which I should have. It's this game. Oop. It's Mackenzie Gore. Ooh, it's Mackenzie Gore strikeout day versus Matthew Boyd strikeout day. Ooh. Huh. Well, both teams are top 10 in strikeouts, just so you know, right there. So I don't think we really want to be taking either team for strikeouts. So whatever, we'll leave it alone. Let's see, Gore strikeouts. We'll look at both anyways, just because, I mean, Gore has been so nasty. Look at that. Look at that. They put it at 6.5 because they know. The problem is he might give up runs to the point where he might not have a chance to get there, but he's been pretty good. You see his stuff. Let's look at the matchups. Gore versus Cubs history. Suzuki has a 429. Tucker's 3 for 4. Happ has a home run. There's a home run for Swanson. Not much data here. Only one that is like Nico, who's a 091 and 11 at bats. That ain't good. Against lefties, you see how the Cubs have been. Against Washington versus lefties, you can see them. Boyd versus Washington. Not much data there. Yeah, not that much. So Gore has been pretty nasty for sure. Last 5, he's averaging 1.6 earned runs given up. We look at Matthew Boyd. His strikeouts have also been nasty. 7, 8, 8, 3, 8, 8. Was that 3? Oh, it was against it was against Cincy. Yes, Cincy. How many runs did you give up? I mean, not runs, but strikeouts. It was runs. You had 4 earned runs. That's right. You got beat up a little bit. You weren't on your A game. You still. Let's look at the last 5, average 2.2. So Cubs are doing better with the bats. Mackenzie Gore is awesome. Man, both pitchers are actually really good. I don't really want to take either side here in this one, to be honest. I mean, I can't take the strikeouts because we can't go against these numbers. So we don't do that. So you might, we don't. We is me. I'm a team of 1, so I don't go against those. We don't fade the man. This is just a good matchup. I want to watch this game. That's all I want to do. I want to watch this game, nothing else right now. So I'm going to pass on this one because I don't know what to take. Simple. Pass. Next. All right, we're off to a great start. 5 games, 4 passes. Love that for us. Next up is Cleveland and the Yankees. Let's see what we got here. 185 for New York. 9 is our total. Let's look over at the spreadsheet. We see the Yankees are doing better statistically. The Guardians aren't bad. They're just mid. That's what they are. They're mid. Yankees 7-3, 2-game win streak. Pop over to the who's pitching today. Get rid of you two. You two are gone. Great game. Can't wait for that one. Guardians Yanks. Let's see. Currently, we got Schmidt going up against the LL Cool J Ortiz, and we can see what stands out. The only thing is Ortiz over 3.5 earned runs. Gee, I wonder what the odds makers think's going to happen today. Yeah, let's take a look at that bad boy. He has not given up 4 runs but 1 time. And it was right there against Washington. Besides that, he's been pretty good. 2.4. Can't complain. Let's look at that matchup real quick. Schmidt versus Cleveland. Jose has a home run and 5 RBIs and 11 at-bats. There's a home run for Manzardo, and that's about it. Quan is 6 for 10. Nothing else really. Against righties, you see how Cleveland is. New York versus righties as well. You can see that in New York versus LL. And Judge doesn't have a home run. Surprisingly, he is 2 for 5. Grisham has a home run, and that is it on home runs. Nobody else. Goldschmidt, 7 for 10 with 3 RBIs and a 1.6. That's nice. Let's go ahead and pop over here and just take a look at that bad boy right quick. Let's go. Goldie, are you in this top list up here? I'm sure you probably were. You were. I guess you've fallen off a little bit now. Let me just hit a refresh, make sure it's the freshest lines. And come on, load it up. There we go. Jose, Santex, there we go. Austin Wells, we got Jazz. Where's Goldie? Goldie. Oh, he fell off. He fell off hard. He way down here at 40% now. Can't mess with that one. So those are your pitchers. Let's go back to this one. Actually, you know what? Let's pop up over here. Let's look at Schmidt too. I want to look at his numbers, see what he's been up to. Because if he pitches, that's walks. That's a lot of walks. Okay. Earned runs. 3-1. What are you averaging on 3? With last 5, you're averaging 2. 2-3-2-3-0. Okay. Cool. LO's averaging 2 point. I almost want to take. They think he's going to get popped off on. That's what they're thinking. Over 2.5, 3.5 is plus 125. What is yours? Over 2.5 is plus 110. They think he goes under. Oh man, this is a rough one. This is rough. I lean the Yankees a little bit. They're at home. Yes, cool, whatever. Where's the win in this one? This one was pretty windy too, I believe, right? It's down at 10. You know what? I might still take Goldie anyway because 7 for 10 against somebody is pretty damn impressive. It might be something we need to take. You know what? Let's go look at how bad he's been doing for real. Goldschmidt, open it up. And let's look at Goldie. Let's see, last 20, he's 2.4 on average. Last 10, 2.1. Last 5, 1 point. So last 10, he's doing this. So yeah, he hasn't. He's been a little cold last 3 games, but he's facing somebody good. I'm going to take Goldschmidt. We're going to take him HRR over 1.5 next. All right, moving on from the Yankees game to the Toronto game against Philly. Toronto got just dominated yesterday. Wild. Pick 'em, 9.5 is our total. We look at the spreadsheet. We see Toronto's offense clearly is doing better overall. Yesterday, not so much. Philly did great yesterday. You see the runs are good, but the stuff was still, that's why it's an average. So let's look at who's pitching today. That matters a lot. We know that. Let's get rid of those two. We load up the pitchers. We bring in the Blue Jays, and we see it's Berrios versus Mick Abel. Okay, well, first off, we got to see what we know about him. Berrios has not given up 6 hits in 4 out of 5 games. Other than that, he's been pretty all right. Yeah, just mid, basically. Didn't you get teed off on a little bit? Yeah, you did against Tampa. That's right. Head to head, not head to head. Last 5, you can see he's averaging 2.4 in runs. Let's go look at this. Berrios versus Philly historically. Home run for Harper. Home run for Scott. You can see not many at bats. Castellanos has a 357-14 at bats is good, but a lot of it's not much there. So against righties, there's Philly against righties, Toronto versus righties as well, and Toronto against Mick Abel, nothing. Mick, what do we know about you? Well, you've started one game, you pitched a whopping 6 innings, no earned runs, and that was against Pittsburgh. Hey, when was that? The 18th. That was like 2 weeks ago, so not bad. How many strikeouts did you have? You had 9 strikeouts against Pittsburgh. Damn. Hold up. Now, never mind, because no. See, Toronto's number 1 strikeouts. They were 4.9 yesterday. Now they're up to 5.1. That's cool. They still don't strike out much. Yeah, he might have got lucky with Pittsburgh. Toronto's a different animal. If you can strike them out, cool. I am going to go look at the props and go see what the bats look like, because this might be like a batter day, because I am not loving the matchups today. They're just, the bats are looking good. Who is standing out the most? Varger, 1.5 HRR is looking great, and it's minus. I mean, sign me up. We'll take a look at it. Sure, why not? Yeah, we are dumpster damn. What the hell is this? What is you doing? 63615. Okay. I choose you. That's who I'm picking. I'm just picking this dude just because. Barger over 1.5. I would normally skip this matchup because the way Toronto played, but even yesterday when Toronto couldn't do nothing, this dude scored 2 of the run. He scored a run and had 2 RBIs. So he can do something. Nobody else can. Give me this dude next. I'll tell you, we're just fading people, fading teams today. Like, I don't like the team sport today. The matchups are just, they've been annoying me the last couple days. So thankfully, tomorrow's Thursday. It's travel day. We get new matchups. Now we get to move on to Arizona and Atlanta. More of these bums right here just trying to blow my money. Man, oh man, 170 Atlanta. Of course you are. Of course, 7.5. That makes a lot of sense. No, it doesn't, because look, Arizona's better. Clearly. Who's going out there? Is Chris Sale going out there for Atlanta today? That's the only way it would make sense to me. Go away. Let's go. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, he is. I had no clue. I was assuming. Arizona is 3rd in strikeouts, so we really don't want to take Chris Sale strikeouts, but we'll look at it. Walks over. Has he really been that wild? I guess that makes sense. Earned runs. He has not given up 2 earned runs in a while. So look, his strikeouts have been averaging 7.4 last 10. Last 5, he's averaging 8. Pretty good. Can't complain. 6.5 is his number. Earned runs, though, yeah, he's been pretty lights out, except for this Pittsburgh game. He had 2. Oh, no. 0.8. That's pretty awesome. Can't complain there. So, when I saw the name Chris Sale, you know what I got? I instantly got just fear of yesterday's Skeens performance. He pitched, I could see Sale pitching an absolute gem in a 0-0 game to like the 7th inning, and then the bullpen comes in and they lose 3-0. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that. Just deja vu from last night. Exact same situation. But this is Sale versus Arizona. This is Arizona versus lefties. There you go. This is Atlanta versus righties. And this is Merrill Kelly versus Atlanta. There you go. And they do have some success, but does that mean anything? Who knows? I don't know. What do we take? Can I take something like under? That's what I should be doing. How's Merrill Kelly? That's my how are you been doing? Because if you were decent, I'll just take an under and we'll just rock with that bad boy. Or hell, we might even take a nerfy and just hope it hits. What are you doing? You've been so good all season, and all of a sudden these last 2 games against St. Louis and Washington, you've been just getting punched. I mean, 4 is not bad, but that's back-to-back games of badness. I don't know. I think we got to go Atlanta. We're going to trust Atlanta. We're going to do the nonsense we did yesterday. We're going game lines. We're not taking money line. Nah, nah, nah. I don't trust them like that. But we will pop to the first five. We're going to do that little fun thing again. First five, money line. 170, no, no, no. Run line. I think the Braves have enough pop. They have enough history versus Merrill Kelly, who is struggling a little bit, and Chris Sale's good enough that Atlanta can be up by one at the start of the sixth inning. That's a fun little play. It's right here. Yeah, so Atlanta to be winning the game. That's all they got to do. They cannot be tied and they cannot be losing. They have to be winning by however much at the start of the sixth inning. 125, sign me up. Next. I tell you, I'm about to start using this type of bet more often because it worked yesterday with the Yankees. I mean, they scored in the bottom of the fifth, but hey, it worked. A win's a win. Don't judge me. Win's a win. If the Braves hit again, I'm going to start using that like exclusively instead of money lines because I do not trust these bullpens at all. These bullpens, almost every bullpen sucks. Let's keep it real. They all suck. I don't know how you can be so bad at your job when your job is to literally pitch a small amount of time. I don't get it. It just, we made so much money fading bullpens at the end of last season. If you were here, you remember how that went. It was beautiful, but it's still the same. So, anywho, I digress. Rant over. So let me get off my soapbox. Let's move on to the next game, which is going to be, yes, Texas and Tampa. Rain game. Rain, go away. Tampa's favored for another day. 8.5 is our total. Let's look over here. Look at Tampa. He's cooking. Look at him. 7-3. 2 games over 500. Wow. Texas struggling a little bit. I like that. Look, let me guess. It's probably Baz if I'm having to guess. Who's going out there? That's not what I want. That's the wrong thing. I want this one. It is Baz. Look at me. I'm just guessing. I'm just still guessing. Oh, it's Kumar's back. When was the last time this man pitched? Oh, he hasn't pitched in a while, right? He's back, right? Yeah, he pitched April 23rd. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since he pitched. He's looked pretty good, except for that game against Angels. The Angels. No, this is a strikeout. Sorry, he did not look good. He did not. He looked great against the Angels. I don't have his earned runs. Let's go find his earned runs. We gotta see that because it's been over a month. We gotta remind ourselves what this man was up to. So. Rocker, let's go schedule so you can see it. Oh, zoom out. There we go. Stats. So his season, he has an 8.1 ERA. He's 1-3. He's pitched in 8 games. That's his career. Let's see. This season he pitched in 5 games. He had 5 earned runs, 3-3, 1-6. Not bad. He did well against Tampa. 5 innings and 1 earned run, but that was at home. Now he's at Tampa. Have fun. The A's rocked him a little bit. Rocker got rocked. Angels, he did have 8 Ks, but he still gave up 3 earned runs. Since he just beat the hell out of the man first game of the season, but hey, whatever. So he's been not the best this season. So this might be something we could, and he's back from injury. We like to fade players coming back off the IR, off of in season-long injury. We love to fade people like that, especially when you can face the #1 offense, which was Tampa at home. Tampa money line. We're going the same thing we did, but we gotta look at what we did before. Got to come over here. Let's do matchup stuff. We're going to take the first 5 thing again, I think I'm going to do. So here is Baz versus Texas. History, not much data. 2025 versus, Texas versus righties. There you go. Tampa versus righties. There you go. And Tampa versus Rocker. There's the game they had, basically. So they had some success, but not too much. So I shall do what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here. We're going to go Tampa. We're going to go match details. We're going to go first 5. We're going to go to run line at home. Tampa halfway. Yes, halfway. What is that? Tampa, the top of the 6, has to be winning, just like the last one with the Braves. They cannot be tied. They cannot be losing. I need Tampa winning at stop of the 6th inning. Simple as that. So plus 105. Love that. We're taking it next. I told you I was going to start taking them more. Here we go. And now, not only did the Rockies win yesterday, the White Sox beat the Tigers yesterday. That's what we're on now. We're on Chicago, Detroit, and it is 190 Detroit, 8.5 is our total. You know it's a weird day when both Chicago, the White Sox, and Rockies both win. Weird day. Look, the White Sox, I've been on them all week, and they, outside of the last couple of games ago where they got blown out, they've been in the games. They've been playing decently with the bats. Pitching, not so much. Not so much. Detroit, there you go. Let's go over the props. I cannot in good faith take Detroit right now after you lose like that. I can't do it. I just can't. But we will look at the pitchers. We will see it is, huh? Oh, okay, yeah, because Chicago has not announced a pitcher. Wait, that's Schuster, but then this is Sawyer, Gibson, Long. Huh? Hold up, let me refresh this real quick. Something, something. No, it's still Sawyer Gibson Long. Okay, but this is undecided, but this is telling me Jared Schuster's going out there. So, all right, let's look at Schuster. Let's see what he's got all about him. Let's see, 2025, he has pitched in one game. It was against Baltimore. He pitched a whopping 1 inning, and that's all we know. He had no strikeouts. That's all I know. Let's look. I can't look at any. There we go. Gibson Long versus White Sox. There you go. Not much data. There's your righties. I can't take this. There's nothing there for us. Let's go to the schedule. So actually zoom out so we can see it and open up Sawyer Long. He's pitched in a whopping 3 games. This is 4 games. This is last season. This is September. So this is your first game of the season, my dude? I think it is. First game of the season. You're facing the actually, weird to say, warm White Sox bats. Huh. I don't want no part of this. Hell no. Next. Go away. Run. Go. Bye. All right, moving on from Chicago, let's head over to St. Louis and Kansas City. Fun one. And we got St. Louis 125 with an 8.5 total. Let's look over at the sheet. We can see they're about the same. Nothing really stands out here. So let's head over to the pitchers, see who is throwing today. Today is going to be, scroll. And we got Mikolas going up against Noah Cameron. Of course, Noah Cameron has not many stats. Mikolas has been giving up over half a walk. Half. That's how good he is at not walking. Strikeouts. He ain't good at that though. This is a contact pitcher if I've ever seen one. He ain't walking you. He ain't making you chase nothing. It's just no, not a chance. 1 earned run in the 1 game. He pitched 6.1 innings, pretty good. Let's see, strikeouts. How many do you have? He had 3. Yeah, let's look at the matchups. Mikolas. There we go. There's your stats against KC. Massey's 429, but only 7 at bats. India 320 with 3 home runs and 25 at bats. Not bad. Might be worth exploring. Might take that against righties. You can see how they've been. St. Louis versus lefties and St. Louis versus Cameron. A lot of O's. Look at all the zeros. Looking like Baltimore out here, all these O's. All right. Okay, Noah Cameron. So Noah Cameron is pitching probably better, but I don't see any value in this game. Again, this is just a weird day. Like I looked at the slate and I was like, yeah, after yesterday and the day before, a lot of the matchups were too close. I see no value. I'm passing again. I know. All right. Next. Anyways, moving on from St. Louis, we're going to Seattle. Yes, Baltimore and Seattle. Baltimore's offense has been doing pretty decently. We see it is a pick 'em with an 8.5 total. We look at the spreadsheet and we see Baltimore's offense is doing decent. Seattle struggling. Look at Baltimore, 7-3, 4-game winning streak. Nice. You just show up to the season finally, guys. All right, let's see who's pitching today. Go away. And we see O's and Mariners. Funny, I just talked about all the O's, and we talked about Baltimore, and they pop up. Povich over walks has hit 4 out of 5. Emerson Hancock over strikeouts has not hit. Baltimore is 9th in strikeouts, so we probably could even take under in this, but under 4.5, that would be a little sweaty, I do believe. Let's see, last 5 strikeouts, 4.3352. If we took the under of this bad boy, we'd be looking at 155. 3.4 is his average. He has gone over. He's hit 5 strikeouts 4 times in 20 games. How many innings is he pitching? 6.54, 6.5. Hopefully he gets beat up by the Orioles today. Let's look at the matchups. Hopefully they have good history. Nothing. There is no history. Great. That helps me none. Baltimore versus righties. They love them some righties, don't they? Look at all that green. Seattle versus lefties. There you go. And Povich versus Seattle. Nothing as well. Man, these weird-ass pitching matchups today, I swear. Weird. I might still take this under strikeouts because this dude is not a strikeout dude. 5 against the Yankees, sure. Padres don't strike out much. Houston doesn't strike out much. Washington doesn't strike out much. Baltimore doesn't strike out much apparently lately. 7.6, not bad. I lean Baltimore too. That's the funny thing. So I lean the Baltimore pitching. Do I lean Povich? Let me look at Povich real quick. Come over here. Come with me. Let's see. Povich earned runs. What you been up to? Ooh, I don't lean Baltimore's pitch. Povich is a little all over the place, hasn't he? You can see, yeah, no. Man, I can't do that. I think we got to be smart. It's one of those weird days. It's Wednesday. It's weird. We be smart. Let's move on. Pass. Next. Okay, we finally arrived to San Diego and San Francisco. Currently is picking with a 7.5. It's 7.5, which makes me wonder why. Because remember, This is the weather. You see, it is going to be super windy, and that means the ball should travel. Pop fly, left, center, travel, potential home runs. Yeah, but then you also see the spreadsheet and see that both teams suck. San Fran is averaging 1.6 runs per game in the last 10. They have scored 16 runs in the last 10 games combined. That is ridiculous. Hits, they both suck. They both suck at average. They both suck on base. They suck at slugging. They suck at OPS. They suck, period. But they're 7-3. San Diego is, because their pitching is so good. Funny how that works. Anyways, pitching. Who's going out there? If the pitchers are average to bad, we're taking the over. I don't care. If they're studs, we're not taking it. I'm telling you right now. Okay, we have just straight mid. Everything is mid. Everything's 60%. That's funny. It's Pivetta versus Harrison. So, I mean, these two. Harrison's been kind of bad here recently. He's averaging 2.6 in the last 10. He's averaging 2.8 last 5. Not bad. Pivetta, last 5. I mean, as long as you're not playing in Colorado, you're pretty decent. Because something about this dude gets altitude sickness and he can't handle it. So, proven fact. 3 games there, 3 fall aparts. But other than that, he's pretty damn good. So, damn. I almost want to take the over just because, but let's look at the matchups. Harrison, history, they have good averages. Not much data, but there is something there. Against lefties, you see how San Diego was this season. San Fran versus righties, there you go. San Fran versus Pivetta. 455 is pretty good. I gotta trust the wind. I feel something's telling me to take this over. I know teams are ready to pop out. You know, the teams are hanging out down here at the bottom. They blow out sometimes. I feel it's going to happen today for San Fran. I just have a feeling. I don't know why. I'm going to take the over. This is one of those, ignore the stats, gut feeling plays. Whatever. I'm doing it. Over 7.5 over next. Ooh, what a day. Minnesota A's are next. Currently it's Minnesota 144. 10 is our total in this one. Yeah, because the minor league park has a 10 miles an hour blowing out again. Both offenses are pretty decent. Yesterday, how did that game go yesterday? I do not remember that score. I'm drawing a blank. I will see here in a second. Don't worry, I got this. Zebby is going out there. Yep. Zebby is pitching against a random person. Who's going out there for the A's? Oh, it's Jeffrey Springs. So, well, there's no props for Springs for some odd reason, but hey, whatever. Zebby. We've made money fading Zebby in the past this season. The earned runs 4.2. Yeah, look at the last 5. He's averaging 3.4. I can see why 10's the over under now. Let's see. Jeffrey Springs history versus Minnesota is actually it's 1 game. Maybe a couple pieces here and there. Nothing. Minnesota versus lefties. There you go. A's versus righties. There you go. And A's versus Zebby. Nothing. So I like both bats are doing decently. 10 set for a reason. The wind's blowing out. It's set. Yeah, it's nice. He gives up runs. The A's bats are good. Yeah, I'll take over 10. Sure, we'll rock with it. Next. All right, last game is going to be Dodgers and Mets. Let me go ahead and pop this over here. And we can see currently it is 144 for the Doyas with that 9.5 total. We look at the spreadsheet. Dodgers offense still doing great. Mets doing above average. They are 8-2. Dodgers were struggling a little bit, but they end up winning yesterday. Good job to the Dodgers. Come over here and look at who's pitching. Oops, went too fast to reopen that tab. Why is Hancock still open? I don't know, but we'll get rid of it. And we come down, we do Mets Dodgers, but we see today we have Griff Canning going up against Tony Gonsolin. And we see only thing that stands out is Gonsolin is not getting strikeouts. He's not a strikeout dude. The Dodgers are 18th in strikeouts. The Mets are 11th in strikeouts, so we don't care about strikeouts in this one. Just don't. Let's look at how they've been doing actually as pitchers. That's what I care about. Because both these teams have the power in the bats, and they're both pretty hot. So we could take something here. Especially since Griff has been let's see, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. That's a 2 average and 5. Not bad. Not bad. Gonsolin 4, 4, 5 in your last 3. Oh my goodness. You're averaging 3, but your last 3 have been rough. Let's look at the histories. Gonsolin versus Mets historically. There's your data. Soto 357 with a 9.29 with 4 RBIs and 14 at bats. Everybody else kind of nothing else standing out. Against righties, you can see how the Mets have done against righties. Dodgers versus righties, there you go. Dodgers versus Griff Canning. Home run, home run, home run. Let's see, 400, 375, 250, 410 at bats for Hernandez. I almost want to take Soto, but then again, I might take the over in this one too. The pitchers are kind of not really feeling the pitchers in this one. Do I end up with 3 straight overs? That'd be kind of wild. What is the over under in this one? It is 9.5. And it's favored to the over too. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it over 9.5. We ended the last 3 games with over. We passed on 7 games today. We still ended up with 8 plays. I don't know how I keep ending up with exactly 8 plays every day, but we do it. We're not doing any of that money line parlay nonsense today. Not today. Not today. Can't do it today. So, because I don't have any money lines. I have Atlanta and Tampa as the first 5, but other than that, no, we got props, and then we got the totals at the end randomly. So that's it for today. Tomorrow is Thursday. It's a smaller slate, kind of 3, 6, 9. It's 12 teams. It's 12 games, 24 teams. So 6 teams don't get to play. Cool. I'll be back tomorrow. Check out the HQ if you want the plays typed out, or if you want access to the spreadsheets. Outside of that, let me know in the comments what you're playing. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you tomorrow on Thursday for some more MLB. Peace.